Hello everyone, we are Team 6 and this is our Project 2 oral briefing with respect to our topic of student concerns.
So a little bit about our team members. My name is Mahan Chak and I am currently a student here at Wayne State University studying biomedical engineering.
Yeah, my name is Michael Myers. I'm a civil engineering major at Wayne State University.
My name is Michaela Poli and I am a chemical engineering major here at Wayne State University.
And my name is Sarah Ridley. I am also a chemical engineering student here at Wayne State University.
So now on to a little bit of the qualifications for each team member. So for me, I am currently a pre-med student in my third year, so I have 2 years of experience here at Wayne State.
Yep, I have 2 years of experience at Wayne State University in civil engineering. I also have 6 years experience as a professional within the service industry.
My qualification is that I have been at Wayne State University for 3 years and have had various experiences here.
I have multiple qualifications to talk about student concerns. I am a graduate of Ferris State University. I've also been at Wayne State for 2 years now. And on top of that, I have 4 years experience within the automotive industry with technical specification interpretations.
So now on to a little bit how the presentation will run. The first thing that we want to do is tell you the purpose. Following that, we're going to discuss the concerns, which are the lack of silent study spaces, time management seminar, post-graduation assistance, and class schedule diversity. After we've talked about the discussion, we want to talk about what each team member intends to do, so what their roles are. And finally, we're going to end off with a conclusion.
The purpose of our topic is to address student concerns. We have 4 main bullet points: lack of silent study spaces, such as the undergrad library, time management seminar and graduating timely, post-graduation assistance and effectively transitioning to the workforce, class schedule diversity and taking classes when they're available. How we plan to do this is to conduct research through surveys to students. That would be our primary research. We also plan to gather secondary research online. We will propose our solutions to the Dean of Students, Dr. David Strauss. And next I want to hand it off to Michaela, who will address our student concerns.
Our first student concern is the lack of silent study spaces here at Wayne State University. Here at Wayne State University, there are 2 main places you can go if you want to study or get stuff done. That is one of our libraries or the student center. However, these places are almost always packed, and even more so during final exam time. In fact, there have been numerous occasions in both the library and the student center where I had to share a table or a desk with someone I did not even know. Not only are these places packed, but the environments around them can be very destructive. Like, there's no guarantee that the students around you will be studying. They could be listening to music or playing video games or talking to their friends. This can be very negative because you can't focus on your own respective work. It can be a very non-positive environment for you to work in because the silence is not enforced. As I said before, activities can be going on around you. Like, people could be playing loud video games or board games or anything like that.
So on to our second concern, and that's time management. So when a student arrives here at Wayne State from high school, what they find is that there's a lot of requirements that they need to fit. And what they don't necessarily know how to do is how to get each of these requirements done in a timely manner. They're unable to really come up with a timeline for themselves. And what this ends up really doing is that they're so focused on their schoolwork that they kind of forget about the extracurricular activities, or they don't plan for extracurricular activities. So when they go to apply for a job, they really just have their studies. They don't have extracurricular activities because they didn't plan for them. And this makes it so that it's much harder for them if they can even get a job. And this also applies to pre-med students because they have even more requirements and they have to take their classes in a timely manner so that they have the knowledge that they need to take the MCAT and then from there apply to medical school. If they don't take the classes in a timely manner, they can't fit all the qualifications that they're going to need in order to get into med school.
The third concern that we would like to address is postgraduate assistance. seeing as how I've already graduated, I've had the personal experience of lack of preparing me for the workforce. This pertains to how to be in an interview. How do I prepare for an interview? How am I supposed to dress? And how not to be nervous. How to compose your resume. There are some classes available at Wayne State that do provide assistance with putting together an initial resume. But not all employers are looking for the same content on a resume and need it to be adjusted for each position that you're applying for. When should you start sending out resumes? When you are approaching graduation, you do not want to send out resumes too early, as you would maybe not be considered for a position. But you also don't want to send them out too late because you would maybe miss a window or not be considered for certain positions, or there will not be as many available. Also, how and when to write cover letters. Not every entry-level position requires a cover letter, but some do. Cover letters are in place to highlight a specific person's achievements or what they have experience in. When you are graduating from college, sometimes you do not have as much experience as others do, but you would still need to be able to write a cover letter. So how would you write a cover letter with little experience?
The next thing we want to talk about is the class schedule diversity, or the lack thereof. It can be really difficult for students who are forced to work 9-to-5 jobs to support themselves while going to the university. A majority of classes begin ranging from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Some of the required courses for graduation are available only on a biannual basis. So if you miss that opportunity to sign up for it, you may have a gap period and have to take it at a later time. This becomes really apparent too once you get to your junior and senior level courses, where you become specialized in your field of study. The lack of diversity in class scheduling there becomes really apparent.
For this project, we had 3 main roles that we needed to fill. These include the project manager, a primary researcher / final co-editor, and the team leader.
So on to a little bit about my qualifications and contributions. So my job is to be the project manager, and I'm qualified for this because over the years I've been at Wayne State University, I've really gotten good at creating timelines for myself to get the things that I need to get done in an orderly fashion and to get them done effectively. So what I plan to do for this project is to create these timelines. So I will look at the requirements for each week and see what tasks need to be done. I'll then see when they need to be done. And then from there, I'm going to distribute the tasks evenly between each of the group members. And then finally, I'm going to communicate with them through WhatsApp, telling them what they need to get done. And then the last thing that I intend on doing is also secondary research to contribute to our discussion.
My qualifications and contributions will be, I'm going to be the final co-editor. The reason that I'm qualified for this is because of my years spent in the private industry. I'm a supervisor in Lender Solutions, which is a service industry. A majority of my day includes composing and reviewing emails sent to clients to communicate effectively. What I plan on using that for is to help compile group contributions into a cohesive paper. I will review and edit the documents as they come. I also plan on conducting primary research, such as surveys to students, and secondary research from online sources.
Likewise, with what Mike just said, my roles and contributions will be very similar, but my qualifications are different. I work in the automotive industry with car paint, which involves a lot of interpreting of automotive technical specifications in order to get a task completed. I qualified because of how much I interact with these documents. I know how they are structured and what word choices are better and just overall structure. So I'll be helping in the final review of the document to have appropriate word choice for a technical document, as well as helping in consolidating the final document from each of our individual research. I will be conducting primary research with Mike to provide student surveys and compile that information, as well as contributing secondary research.
My role is that of team leader, and I am qualified for this position due to being team leader several times in my previous courses, so I have past experience as a team leader. Not only that, I'm also available during the prime hours of the day, which allows me to be able to contact my other people more conveniently than if someone was working 9 to 5 or anything like that. By being team leader, my job will be to serve as a liaison, otherwise known as the messenger, between our professor and our group. For example, if the professor needs to convey something or a message to our group, he will contact me and I will contact my other group members, getting the message across. The reverse is also true. If our group has a question for the professor, I will serve as the group representative and message our professor that question. I'm also in charge of submitting assignments on time, initiating conversations, and being an active participant in our group chat, and creating templates or rough drafts for other members to work on. I will also contribute my fair share of secondary research for this project.
To introduce us all again, we have Minaj Huck, who is our project manager, Michael Myers, who will be conducting primary research as well as contributing in the final co-editing of our document, Michaela Poli, who is our team leader and messenger, and then myself, Sarah Ridley, who will also be providing primary research and contributing to being the final co-editor for our document. Our topic that we chose is student concerns, and we have 4 main subgroups, which were lack of silent study spaces, which contains not enough space for the silent studying, as well as disruptive environments. Time management seminar, which pertains to pre-med requirements as well as just requirements of general students to get into transition from high school into a college environment. Postgraduate assistance pertaining to preparing for life after university and transitioning into the workforce, and class schedule diversity, which pertains to the hardships of working students and making class schedules work. Mike and I will be providing the primary research for each of these topics, but we will individually be conducting secondary research for the 4 concerns. Michaela Poli will conduct the secondary research for lack of silent study spaces. Minaj Huck will provide secondary research for time management seminar. I, Sarah Ridley, will be conducting the secondary research for the postgraduate assistance, and Michael Myers will be providing the secondary research for class schedule diversity. Please feel free to reach out to us with any questions, comments, or concerns. Thank you for listening to us today.